Hi, this is Jim Lyon, the host of the All That to Say podcast. Before you dive in today, be sure and subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can catch all of our fearless conversations. On a little different tack, Walter, if you don't think it too personal, tell me about your family. You mentioned you have a daughter who has Downs. How old is she?
She is 18 now.
18. And can you tell us something about what she has taught you already about life? Every child teaches their parents something. What has she taught you?
Yeah, I think, my trip to Malawi this past summer, I realized at the end of the trip that God had answered a prayer that I had prayed 18 years ago. After my daughter was born, she was in the NICU because she had all sorts of physical challenges in addition to some of the cognitive developmental issues that come along with Down syndrome. And I remember sitting by her incubator and tubes in her body and praying, God, let her breathe, let her live. And then I remember wondering, what do I pray after that? What beyond the living, the moving, the breathing, what am I actually hoping for in her life? We gave her the first name of Naomi. Her older brother is Nathan, and we followed the N. But we chose the middle name of Joy. From Nehemiah, the joy of the Lord is our strength. And not only that she would experience joy, but that she would become a source of joy for others. This past summer, to see her in some of the villages with kids surrounding her, fist bumping them, I would give my little talk about what it meant to be a follower of Jesus, but she was actually in many of the villages invited also to speak. And she would talk about how kids need to study hard and that God was with them. And she would conclude with Zukomo, the word thank you in Chichewa. And I realized God had answered my prayer. What does it mean to be human? What does it mean to believe that God could transform every life? What does it mean that we need one another? What does it mean to have the humility to recognize the appearance of God in the form of people that we might not think normally as the conduits of grace? This to me was an extraordinary lesson. My son, Nathan, has equally in his own way been extraordinarily thoughtful in the questions that he asks about faith. And he keeps me on my toes in a very different way than Naomi. And together, I have seen between the two kids and of course, my incredible wife, that the gospel really is for every type of person. And that God, in his image in every person, has a lesson for all of us in whatever form that person takes. And that has been a very profound lesson for me.